Find a new chapter to join.
Their leaders destroyed by the courier, the fiends scattered throughout the wasteland. Without the organization of Motor Runner, Cook, Violet, and driver Nephi, they were easy prey.
After the courier ensured New Vegas remained free, the followers found that independent Vegas was even more unstable and violent than before. Old Mormon Fort became excessively burdened by the influx of patients, struggling to provide even the most basic of services.
Arcade was tending to the locals of Freeside when he learned that Caesar's Legion had been defeated, and NCR was being pushed out of New Vegas. Though he found that independence for New Vegas was not all he hoped it would be, Arcade did his best to help the locals govern themselves.
With New Vegas's independence formally declared, Goodsprings thrived. More travelers stopped by Goodsprings on their way to and from the Strip, and the locals grew prosperous from the traffic.
During the Battle of Hoover Dam, the Great Khans quickly evacuated Red Rock Canyon and headed north and east into the plains of Wyoming. There, they reconnected with the followers of the Apocalypse and rebuilt their strength. Bolstered by ancient knowledge of governance, economics, and transportation, they carved a mighty empire out of the ruins of the Northwest.
Thanks to the courier and Lily, a cure for the Nightkin's schizophrenia was found shortly after Dr. Henry's experiment concluded. Nightkin and other super mutants in the wasteland flocked to Jacobstown, and the town became known as a haven where a mutant could find peace.
Lily continued to take her medicine at half doses, and although she remembered her grandchildren, her mind remained muddled and confused. Eventually, she parted ways with the courier and traveled west, seeking the remnants of her past.
In the aftermath of the Second Battle of Hoover Dam, the Kings took the opportunity to viciously force all NCR citizens out of Freeside. Travelers from the Republic quickly learned to avoid Freeside if they valued their safety.
With the transplant of Lupa's brain, Rex gained all of the donor's experiences traveling with the Legion. These melded well with his own memories of the Legion, and his new mind quickly adjusted to the myriad memories.
Shaped up by the courier's advice, the Misfits distinguished themselves during the Legion's attack on Camp Golf. Mags was finally promoted to sergeant, and the rest of the Misfits received an official commendation. They continued to serve with distinction for many years.
Though Novak was a low-priority target for the Legion, many of Novak's citizens died in its defense. In the weeks that followed, several bright followers returned to Novak to help restore its defenses, allowing it to remain independent of NCR.
Though NCR was withdrawing from the region, Boone remained in New Vegas, finding work as a security guard and caravan scout along the highways. While he might have preferred rejoining his old unit, Boone couldn't bring himself to abandon the city where he'd met his wife.
The NCR, battered by the loss of the dam, were unable to devote any troops to retaking the correctional facility from the Powder Gangers. As a result, Powder Ganger raids on caravans became an unfortunate fact of life in the Mojave for years to come.
Armed with a wide array of improvised explosives and stolen weapons, the Vault 19 Powder Gang tormented the Mojave wasteland for years. Citizens of the NCR were favorite targets, and they always suffered the worst fates.
After Hoover Dam, Sheriff Myers runs Primm with his own style of frontier justice. He deals with most folks fairly, but now and then someone winds up dead with little to no evidence against them.
After their bold arrival at Hoover Dam, the remnants disappeared as quickly as they came. Legends of their power spread throughout the Southwest, a reminder of why people once feared the sight of vertibirds in the sky.
And so the Courier's Road came to an end, for now. In the new world of the Mojave Wasteland, fighting continued, blood was spilled, and many lived and died just as they had in the old world. Because war never changes.
Alrighty, I think we are at the credits. Yes, we are.
Alright, so seems things worked out halfway decent. Seems like, I don't know, things turned out alright, I guess. I noticed like that Vault 19 stuff, I never did that, so I should do that later. Definitely, so I can do some stuff. And what's up with these guys' names? Mikey, Archbishop of Babies Dowling. Jason, Lord Fader. Alright, that was fun. But I don't know, you guys can read this, I'll read it later. But the game, I don't know, this game was like, I think it was very good. It was definitely a lot of fun. I'm just like, there's a couple things, minor things I feel they could have done better, but it's understandable they missed in such a huge game. Like during Ganon's quest, I was kind of pissed that there wasn't an independent option. You could only get them to side with the NCR or the Legion. As such, I had to kill them, as you saw. I like how it talked about what you do with the companions actually mattered. That was pretty cool. And, what else was cool? Yeah, I'm gonna go back and get all the companions then, because I want to see what it says about all of them in this credits, because I'll probably show you guys the credits again when I'm actually fully complete. And you guys will see everything I've done. I thought it was cool that the Misfits were in there. But, yeah. The game was, I thought, really well done. Definitely a lot more interesting than Fallout 3, I feel. I feel Fallout 3 was a lot more... You got a lot less involved in it, I feel. This one, I actually felt involved in stuff, and I like the factions aspect they did. With, like, I don't know, like Followers of the Apocalypse, and even like the little ones like that even. I thought that was very interesting. They definitely did a lot of really good balance changes in regards to VATS, because in Fallout 3 VATS was way too good. In this one it's a lot more balanced. Still, certain builds, character builds, seem overpowered, like mine. I could basically, like, the only time I got in trouble really was at the end there, where you saw I went down to like 2 health. And that's because I had 7 guys shooting at me on very hard. So, at point blank, and they really couldn't miss that much, so I didn't know what exactly the game expected me to do. I guess it did just expect me to survive until my Securitron army killed them. Yeah, I'm kind of bummed I can't continue after this, because I think that would be interesting to see how the game reacted to all I've done, what Boone would think, or if I went back to Ganon, what would he actually say? And all that stuff. Yep. This game got, like, decent scores, I guess. It got, like, an 8.5 on... Usually I go to GameSpot for reviews, and they gave this an 8.5, which I thought was complete bullshit, because they gave, like, Fallout a 9.5, Fallout 3. And Fallout 3 was good, definitely. Not sure if it was 9.5 good. I think, as with most reviewers, they tend to jump the gun on hype games. Because it's like, Fallout 3, you didn't really see a successful game like that until Fallout 3. Like a really successful one, nothing to enjoy the success that Fallout 3 did. And so I think people rated it really high, higher than it should. I mean, I would have given that one an 8.5 probably. This one is much better in many respects. And I was rather pissed off that people gave this a lower score than Fallout 3. Because that tells me one of two things. Actually, one of 3 things. Either, number 1, they obviously don't realize that this game is better, which I don't know how you could, because I'm pretty sure I could talk to anybody and they would agree this is better, unless they have some nostalgic thing about Fallout 3 or something. Like if there's some modder and they made a bunch of mods in Fallout 3, they'd probably be pissed at this game because they'd have to remake mods or something, although they probably wouldn't because it uses the same game engine. But whatever. And then second one, they rated Fallout 3 too high, or third one, they rated Fallout New Vegas like too low. And either one of those suggests some bad reviewing skills, I think. I would give this one definitely a 9, because, I mean, this game is pretty awesome. I say I give Fallout 3 an 8.5 and this game a 9, I would think. 'Cause this game it does have some flaws. Like, it's definitely a lot more balanced, but there's still some imbalances. Companion system's a lot better. Definitely more quests, more interesting. The landscape's more interesting, too, because they have the ability to do different things with it, because the Capital Wasteland was just all gray everywhere. Yeah. Pretty fun stuff. I like they added new weapons and things. I don't really know what else to say. Oh, I guess I really liked... This is also a good thing and a bad thing. They had more options open to you, but I feel like because of that, the options did not have as much, like... They didn't draw you in as much as, like, Fallout 3 story did. The Fallout 3 story I thought was good, and it made me, like, want to do it. Like, when I fixed the purifier, I was like, hell yes. In this game, when I turned on the power plant and got the Securitrons, I think that would be like the equivalent, and that was pretty cool and all, to see them all walk past, but it wasn't really like, I didn't really get like an emotional feeling out of it. I was just like, that's pretty awesome, now I got an army. I wasn't like, wow. Yeah. And that's the guy who voiced Arcade, Zachary Levi. I'd have to say, Arcade's probably my favorite follower. Boone's pretty awesome too, but I think Arcade's just my favorite. Felicia, does that mean Booby's Day? Alright. Yes, and there's Kaizar, I killed him. Yes man, Dave Foley. It's fun to look at all these names and stuff. But, yeah, good game. If you haven't bought it already, I would say buy it, or you could probably wait till the Steam Christmas sale, and it might go on sale for that. I'm gonna come back probably around Christmas time, because I'm kind of bored. Not really bored of this, I want to take a break. But I probably won't start up a new character, so when I come back, it'll still be blind. But, yeah, I want to do, like, Dragon Age and stuff. So, yeah, I guess we'll just watch. Oh, there's Vulpes and Kulta, that dick. God, I hated him. That's another good thing. Although I felt the story wasn't involved, I felt the characters were definitely a lot more, like, engageable. There's definitely a lot more in the dialogues between people. Robert Atkin, don't call him Byron Downs. Huh. But, yeah, really good game. I mean, I think it's definitely worth buying if you like this sort of thing. And even if you don't, I would say this one is still probably a good game. I mean, it's like, there's not a lot of good games coming out, you know? I mean, there's some good ones, but some of them have been not so hot. There's a lot of mediocre games coming out, and not a lot of really good ones, and I feel like this is a really good one. And this one broke a lot of records, I think, for sales, which is good, and I think it deserves it. I'm still kind of aggravated by people that were getting all pissed off that they released it with glitches, because it's like, you honestly didn't see that coming. Obviously, it's going to be released with glitches. I guess it's less of a big deal for PC people because they can patch it easier than people on consoles. On consoles, I can't imagine playing with some of those glitches I was seeing. That would just suck. I didn't even see that many glitches in here. I think one time I glitched in some stairs, got a couple crashes, and that's about it.